Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to use the rainbow text group in the Timesavers 1 tab of the Timesavers add-in. The rainbow text group allows you to add a rainbow effect to your text in your presentation. So you have three different options of the type of effect that you can add. You can either fill the text with a color, and that would change the color of the actual letters themselves or the actual characters. You can also add a color outline to your text in the rainbow effect, or you can add a text highlight as well, also with the rainbow effect. So for the text fill, I'm going to keep it on the text fill option over there. You need to make sure that your shape is selected, and then you can go and choose one of the color options that I've provided. I've provided bright rainbow or pastel rainbow and black and white. So for the bright rainbow, I'm going to click on there, and you can see that it has taken each of the characters in that shape and it has made them a different color using the rainbow colors. Okay, you can also go and change it to a different color sequence if you'd like to. So here I've got the pastel rainbow, and then I have got the black and white option as well. So obviously for the black and white option, the white letters are not showing up on the white background, so I'm just going to go and change the background color, and then you can see them more easily over there. So that is the text fill option. Then you also have the text outline option. Now for the text outline option, it works in the same way. I'm just going to go and change this to text outline, and then I'm going to click on the bright rainbow. But now you can see that it's not really very visible because of the size of the letters that I've got. It's a very thin outline. So what I'm going to go and do is go to the text options for that shape, and I'm going to go to the weight over here, or the width, and I'm going to increase that width. And then you can see that that has gotten wider over there like that. So once I've done that, I can also change the color if I want to. So I can change it to the pastel option, I can change it to the black and white option, and you can see that it then keeps the width of the outline. You don't have to go and redo the width again if you don't want to. It doesn't make it thin again. So I'm going to choose the black and white option, and now obviously, again, because this is on a white background and because my text was black, it's going to look a bit odd. So I'm just going to go and change that shape to have an orange fill, and my text to also have an orange fill, and then you can see the outlines nice and clearly. So the outlines can look effective if you have got an appropriate background and appropriate text fill. Then you've got the text highlight option as well. So I'm going to start off with this one over here, and I'm going to show you a couple of things with those ones over there. But first of all, for the text highlight, again, it works in the same way. So you're just going to go and choose text highlight, and then you can go and put in whichever option you want to use. I'm going to use the bright rainbow, but now I want to show you that the text highlight works a little bit differently to the text fill and the text outline because of the space over here between the words and the fact that it has applied a color to that space. So if I go and highlight this one or select this one and choose text fill, and this one over here and choose text outline, and just make it so you can actually see that outline. Now you can see that the colors for these two correspond to each other, but you can see over here that the pink didn't get skipped with the space, whereas with the text highlight, the pink was used for the space, so then red was used for the T, whereas for the text fill and the text highlight, the pink was then the space was skipped and the pink was then used for the T. So I just wanted you to be aware that those do work a little bit differently like that. So if you were to take this over here and apply the text fill to that, then those first ones, the letters in the first word will be hidden because the text color and the highlight color are the same. But then for the second word, that is no longer the case because obviously for the highlight option, the pink was used for the space, and for the text fill option, the pink is then used for the T. So those are a little bit different. Okay, so that is how the text highlight works. Then I also want to show you that you can also apply this effect to specific text that you select. So in these ones, I selected the actual shapes, and then the effect was applied to all of the text in the shape that was selected. Whereas for this one, I'm going to go and select text. So instead of selecting the shape and applying the effect to the whole text in that shape, I'm going to just apply the effect to the selected text. So that is also possible. So you can do this for just part of the text in a shape if you want to. You don't have to do it for all the text in the shape. You can also do the same thing for the text outline. Now again, you can't see the outline very clearly because it's so thin, so I'm just going to go and increase the outline width over there, and then you can see it more clearly. And the same thing also applies for the text highlight as well, that you can do it for just the selected text if you want to. Okay, then you also have the option of using other color sequences. So I've provided these sequences for you. I've provided the bright rainbow, the pastel rainbow, and the black and white. But you can go and add your own color sequences as well that you would like to use in your resources. So you can add a sequence for your brand colors, you can add a sequence for Christmas, you can add a sequence for Halloween, you can add a sequence for autumn colors, you can add a sequence for boho colors, whatever you would like to, and then those will be there for you to be able to draw on anytime that you want to. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So we're going to start off by clicking on this add button over here, and then it will give you a screen like this. Now there are two things that you're going to need to do in order to add your sequence. First thing you need to do is you need to add a name. So if I'm going to make a Halloween color sequence, I'm going to put that name in there, and that name is what will then appear over here in my menu. Once I've added my sequence, that name is going to appear here, so that is how I will then be able to select it. An icon will not appear because I'm not able to put an icon in based on the sequence that you have created, but the name will be there. Then over here you've got a table. Now this table has only got 2 cells at the moment. If you want to add a sequence that has more than 2 colors, all you need to do is select one of the cells, go to the layout button that appears when you have a table selected, and click on the insert left or insert right button so that you have the right number of cells to then have the right number of colors for your sequence. So in my Halloween color sequence, I'm going to create a sequence that has 4 colors. So I need to have 4 cells. So I'm going to add 2 more cells over here. Once you've got the right number of cells, you can then go and add the colors that you want in your sequence in the order that you want them to appear in your sequence. So I'm going to go to table design, make sure that you've selected one of the cells, and then you go to the shading option over here, and you can go and select one of the colors. So I'm just going to use orange, and I'm going to use this green, I'm going to use purple, and I'm going to use this dark red. No, wrong one. This dark red over there. Okay, so those are the colors that I will have for my Halloween sequence. Once I have finished adding my name and my colors, I just need to go back to this Timesavers 1 tab, the colors drop down, and then click on the add button again. And now if you go and click on that drop down, you can see that there is a new one that has appeared here called Halloween. And now I can go and I'm going to copy this, paste it over there, and I'm going to remove my highlights because I don't want to have highlights. Okay, so now I can test out my new color sequence that I've created. So I'm going to do the text fill, and I'm going to use the Halloween option, and now you can see that it has used those colors that I just put in for my Halloween sequence. Or I can undo that and I can do it with my text outline, Halloween, and again I need to go and make those more like that, more visible, and same thing if I choose the text highlights. Again, I can choose Halloween, and then you can see that it has put in my Halloween colors over there. You can put in as many colors as you would like to, up to a maximum of 20, or color sequences as you would like to, up to a maximum of 20. Once you reach the maximum of 20, the add button will be grayed out, so you won't be able to add any more. You can, however, remove any that you have already added. So if you run out of if you've added 20 and you want to add more, you can go and remove ones that you don't want anymore by clicking on the remove button, and it'll bring up this option over here, or the screen over here. And then in order to remove the button, in order to remove the sequence, all you need to do is select the name of that sequence and delete it. And all of the sequences that you have added will appear over here. So in this case, I have only added one, so there's only one showing up over here. But if I've added 10, all 10 of them will show up. And any ones where I delete the name, those ones will then be removed. So if I click on the remove button, you can see that Halloween option is now gone. So I can't then use it anymore, but I could go and create it again. I just want to show you an easy way that you can create your sequences. So say if I want to add a boho option, then what I'm going to do is I have gone over here I just googled boho color palettes, and you can go and choose one that you like. You can just copy the image. So if I say I like this one, I'm going to copy this one, copy image, and I'm going to go over here and paste it. Now what I'm going to do is I've got 6 colors over here, so I'm going to go and add and make sure that I have 6 cells in my table. So I'm going to add over here insert left or insert right until I have 6 cells in my table. And then to get these colors, I can use the color picker option. So I'm just going to go to my time savers one tab. Actually, no, I'm going to go to my table design tab, and so long as I have that selected, I can go to shading and use the eyedropper, and then I can just go and select that, and then that uses that color over there. And the next one, again, eyedropper, and I go and select that. And then next one, shading, eyedropper, and I go and select that. The next one, shading, eyedropper, and I can select that. And you can obviously do it in any order that you want to. So if you don't want it to be in this order, you could have, say, this one first. So I will then just go and do that because it's saved that color now. And I could have this one as this color, and this one as that color that I had over there, and then this one as this color over here. So once you've done that, you then can save it just like you did with the other one. So I've got my name, I've got my colors. I can now go and click on the add button again, and it will add it to my menu over here. And now I'm going to remove that, and now I can go and use that color sequence. So I can go and do choose text fill, and I will choose that boho color sequence, and you can see that it is now using that for the text. Also, obviously, when you use the text fill, you can go and put in a line if you want to around, sorry, that's the wrong one, text options, add a solid line, and you can do that to make, if your colors are slightly less bright, then you may want to put an outline around it to make them a little bit more visible. So you can do that as well. So the outline does not get automatically added when you're using the text fill option. If you want an outline, you need to add that outline yourself. Okay, so that is how you use the rainbow text group of the Time Savers adding. I hope that has been helpful, and I hope that you'll have a fantastic day. Thank you. Goodbye.